Today I'm going to work on putting some sealant inside this snap rail on the top of the car. I noticed when we were putting the convertible top together and we started to snap it on there, there's one thing about this, and you can see that when you put a little bit of pressure on there, that lifts up quite a bit. And originally, I don't know if there was glue in there. This strip didn't have glue, but to make me feel better, I'm going to put glue in there, because the only thing holding that top rail on is just 2 screws. One screw there and one on the other side. Otherwise, this whole strip can just slide out. So I'm going to go ahead and I've taped it off. I've got some 3M glass glue for trim, and I'm going to take this, lift this guy off, fill the channel just enough so it's above these blocks that are in here for these snaps. So just above that, that way it can make some contact with the glass, and push that down. And then if anything leaks out, then I can just peel the tape off and should have a nice clean line there. You can see we'll just down inside that groove, there's little blocks in there. So we'll just put just enough adhesive to go along this edge and above these blocks, so it's got something to hang on to. So one thing to notice, once I took the trim off, you can see they're just a really small bead. So if that metal flexes up just a little bit, you know, it'll be above the glass, which is not good. So I think this is the right move to glue it down there. So here's the glue I got. I'm going to focus the bead more toward the edges than down in the groove, because the groove's pretty deep, but the glass doesn't go down in there because of these blocks. So I'm going to make sure I definitely go on the blocks, try to stay on the sides above the blocks. Rest on that other side. And I do remember this is a bit sensitive to get on there. Looks like we're getting close here. for the screw alignments. I do see them there. Side in. Okay, got everything on there. Try to rub some of this stuff off while I can, because it is very aggressive stuff. Okay, got the trim secured, and I got a couple of these straps on there. They're not as tight as you think. There's only about maybe 10 or 15 pounds of force to keep this seated down, because it kept wanting to bow up a little bit, so I just hooked them as close as an angle to the windshield as I could find something to hook onto. And that's just to keep pressure on that for 24 hours while that sets up. And hopefully now when I snap the convertible on there, it won't pull that trim up. Okay, now on to some interesting, more fun things while I'm working on trying to get another block for this car. This convertible hatch, opens this way, and I've got the hinges right here for those. It's a dual hinge, so the convertible top open this way and the trunk will open up this way. So we'll see if we can get those on there. I just want to get the painted panels on the car, because I don't really have a lot of work to do back in this area, and I don't want to keep stepping around or have something bump into these painted parts and damage them. So they're a lot safer on the car. On this hinge, we got to find the orientation. I think the car's got some curvature to it. So for the hinge to be perpendicular, those hinges have a slight angle to them. So you got to put the one on the on the right side so it's vertical. So we'll figure that out here first, and then we'll start to attach these. I'm gonna make a quick rubber gasket for this to go on that trunk. Some of these edges are a little sharp. I don't want to chip the paint. So, and I've got this piece of rubber roofing material, had a roll of it left over. It works great for some of these projects. So I'm just gonna make a little circle there and cut that out, trace around it, and I'll make 2 of them so that we've got one for each hinge. Stayed on the outside of the line just to give it a little tiny bit of extra around the outside edge. for some overhang. Try to cut it as nice and smooth as possible. So making this gasket, the way this sets on the car, you can see it's tilted, so it's, you know, this will be the front, and you can see that two of the bosses are actually proud of this, and there's holes in the fiberglass that match this. And then, so here I just need a through hole for the bolt to kind of hold it, but this has to poke through, and you use a really short screw there. So I gotta cut these holes out for these proud ones. So you notice when I line this up here, the front and back of these castings have really short bosses. So I've got a really short screw. You don't want that to bottom out, or you can break that casting. I've got another set of hinges that's somebody had done that on, broke that out. Luckily I found somebody that sold me these, so and I had these chrome plated and redone. So get these put on. It looks like we got the front part on here, and hinges are working pretty freely. Happy with that. I'd have to look at how this alignment is happening right here. Oh, it's okay. It's got a little bit of paint on it. Looks like I got everything in place. Show you guys real quick. I still got latching systems and stuff to put in here, but here's the convertible top storage area. There's a latch that goes in here I gotta put in yet. And then the trunk lid, don't have the latch or anything put in here yet, but it works really smooth. And one thing I learned is don't tighten all the nuts, you know, one by one. Get them all somewhat snug, open and close it, let them find their position, and then do the final tighten, and it works really smooth. Okay, we're starting to put the latch into the back here. You can see the orientation of this latch, and I'm going to leave the keyway out for now, because I have to adjust the height of the latch. It's going to bolt in this area, and since this has been painted and I'm not exactly sure where the holes are, so I got to look for those. And that lets me fine-tune the adjustment. You can stick a screwdriver through this hole, push on a plate to unlock it. So when a trunk shuts, this latches. When you turn the key, this will spring back and pop the lid a little bit, so you can get your fingers under the edge to lift it. I'm up under the back of the car, and you can see there's where the fiberglass got filled in, so I'm just going to grind that flat, drill new holes, and then I'll be able to put the latch on. I'm assuming the factory position will be pretty close. There's some adjustment on it. Okay, got the support bar in, little set nut on this side, and then a lock nut on the other side, and it just rests in this hole right there. And we got the, let me go ahead and shut this. It just lays down in the back like that. And now we got the latch plate installed there, and the latch. We also had the key in the bezel. The bezel has this little metal clip right there that you have to slide back on that bezel. So you can kind of see it's a flat piece, spring steel with a hole. So you have to kind of put the key mechanism down through the hole and line that up all at the same time. And then the holder of the key mechanism is a wave washer, a flat washer, and then that cotter pin there. And you can shut it, turn the key, and opens up nice. Sorry, I only had one hand for that, but so it works good. happy with it.